Hello, I'm Marcus, and this is my Vibe from Armsaw Composites. I'm here to show you a little experiment I did to try and put 4 in the fuselage. Looks pretty normal, but if we have a bit of a look here, you can see that I've got 4 servos in the front. So the first thing I did was actually cut the nose, the inner nose, off. I've got a blade that runs along here, and this blade is actually screwed in through the bolts here on the wing, so it's held in place. It's also glued in. On this blade I've got my layouts, I've got my battery, then I've got all 4 servos. The 2 at the back drive the flaperons, the 2 at the front are the rudder and the elevator. Underneath I reinforced the blade with 2 vertical pieces of ply. The whole thing is just 1.5mm plywood. So I've got my battery at the front, my receiver, there's my Vario, and if you have a bit of a look under here, you can see that that's open and I can actually fit ballast in through there. So I'll come up with a system where I can feed in the ballast around that corner there. And held on by tape, the top blade here is actually glued to the servos. I wrapped each of the servos in masking tape, glued them onto the main blade. This is the support blade, but I've screwed it in here to the top of the fuselage so that I can, if I've got a problem with the servos, I can slice it off, undo the screws, this whole blade comes out and I could get at the fuselage quite easily. So I made up my own torque rods. So this has got brass torque rods in here, push rods that run down each side. They're a very tight fit, but you can see them both coming out on each side here. Onto the servos. The wire for the pull cable for the rudder and the elevator fits down here and connects here. So that's pretty much the layout. The other thing that I did is I actually extended the nose slightly by about 15mm. Now I just made the blade longer, still 20mm shorter than an aerial or a snipe, and all I've done here is the nose conus I fitted on, slides on up to the 2 screws, and I've got an extra 15mm of nose length, and that's to be able to balance the plane at 71mm without any nose weight. So there's no nose weight in the plane at all, and it came out at 250 grams. So there's my little experiment. It's not for everybody, it's just really to see whether it could be done. Cheers.